Good morning, BunkaBros. My name is Bunkatron. I am back with another video, and I am back with another custom how-to video. And here I am with one of probably my most proudest things I have made in custom form, especially with it just being one of my most favorite things. I made myself a custom Banjo-Kazooie Mega Construx figure. And obviously with this video, I got sunburnt. I just realized that stinks. Anywho, I'm going to be showing you guys how you guys too can also make this figure. I won't be really telling you guys how to make the puzzle piece jiggy or the eggs, because all it really is just formed green stuff and painted. So that's not really anything super special. But if you guys want kind of like a little bit of a close-up kind of on those, all it is just like blue spherical oval like eggs, and they have black dots on them. That's all it really is. And then for the jiggy, same thing. It's just formed like this. On the back side, it looks really bad like this, so I normally kept it on this side because it looks a bit better like actual jiggy puzzle piece. But what we're going to be focusing on is we're going to be focusing on the Banjo-Kazooie figure right here. I'll take this part by part just to let you guys kind of know how this figure all works. So first of all, let's start off with Banjo. So if we're going to start with just Banjo, obviously I took off his backpack where Kazooie was. Then we'll just go kind of with the basics. The legs and arms are both from a Halo figure. It could be kind of any figure. There's no really requirements, in which you also just cut off the knee pad like protection kind of things because they stick out and are very obvious. As for his body, it is actually an arbiter body. So if you're needing kind of that, it has the overall slouch kind of thing that I was looking for. And it definitely worked out really well. As for the head, it is also another Halo head as well. But what I did is I took the head, I like kind of just trimmed around it to where it became kind of a, I think I have one as an example to show you guys what those kind of look like, if I can find it. They look similar to this. So this was a Halo head or whatever, and now it is cut only to this, to where it's just this and like this. Obviously, I cut a little bit too deep right here. This is why I'm not using this one. Cut around it just to make it like very nice and small in order to go around. Obviously, painting the figure is pretty straightforward, but there is some formation of stuff that I'm going to need to explain, especially the head. That this is the biggest kind of thing, like feature for this character. What I started out with is without the nose, like the mouth kind of thing, or the ears or hair. All it really is taking the head and forming a kind of a bowl around it. If I can take this off right here, it looks like this. It's quite deep inside the figure, so then his head is a bit more flush to the body. If you don't do this, his head will stick out a lot more, kind of like this, which kind of looks a little bit unnatural. So that's why I flushed it a bit inward more on the figure. And then with that, then I kind of made like the snout. So after, it's going to be like facing like this. So knowing the angle of where it is pretty important. So after this is formed and solidified, it's important to probably put it on the figure so you know how it's going to look while you're forming this. So then you make the nose, like the snout, kind of like the top part is what I would recommend making first. And then you add the mouth, in which you just kind of add that. You paint it black, give him his teeth and all that stuff. And yeah, it's pretty good. Then add a little ball, put the right on there. And that's kind of it. Wait for that to dry just in case. You can also just work on the ears or whatever, which is tiny little balls just stuck onto these. And as for the hair, you take like a little flat kind of piece and you stick it on where it's connected to here and hanging off. You might want to take some like scissors or whatever, do like tiny little clips so you can get kind of a little bit of a hairdo-esque kind of look. And yeah, it definitely works out really well for the figure, like looking like this. I definitely like how Banjo looks a lot more than the Kazooie one. I also really need to repaint because a lot of the paint is a little bit odd on the Kazooie figure and kind of coming off on the legs for his shorts. But yeah, and then obviously there's the whole necklace and belt and backpack straps, which will then lead to this. There is a tiny, just whatever, Lego I don't know what you could, it's like a handle to something, like kind of like a pole, in which I just trim down to where it is the appropriate size. You might want to test it out first, like trim off a little bit, then test it, trim off a bit, test it, keep on drying it until you get a good ratio for the figure to the backpack. Then we'll go on to the backpack and Kazooie. Now, what this one is it is a normal a normal Mega Construx Halo figure. Like, this is the body for the backpack. No modifications on there. All it really is just painting it blue and then kind of doing the backpack design on the back. A lot of the paint was rubbed off in some sections, but it's quite all right. For the head, you may recognize kind of this pattern right here. I don't know exactly what Halo figure it is, but it's one of the alien kind of things with the wings. I'm not really well educated within the Halo universe, but I did have those figures, in which it comes in like 3 sections, where it has this, then it has another kind of smaller version of this, and it has the head. You cut to where it's only just this first one, like scale, I guess you could call it, like a big scale, in which then you just make a little ball on top right here, make it the head, kind of form it to there. Then you can add the beak and also the feather-like hair kind of on top. I was trying to find a way to make a mouth, or whatever, to open, or not like open and close, but just have an open mouth to make it work a little better, kind of like how Banjo looks. He looks really nice with the open mouth. I couldn't really work out that either, but you know, it's all good. It is what it is. And as for the arms, they're also Halo arms as well, in which they have been connected to a Batman cape. This is just a Batman cape that was cut in half, and then it has like some trimming kind of like along this to where it's like sloped, where it's bigger on this end and a little bit smaller on that end. Not really super noticeable, but it just fits into the sides, in which gives them Kazooie the full range of motion that would be needed. And then obviously, then the connection of the two is very simple. Then you can just connect and put them together like such, in which you can also take off Kazooie's feathers and stuff to have, like when Kazooie, I'm sorry, I'm shaking a lot of stuff, when like Kazooie's inside the backpack. Obviously there's a little nub part on the top, but still it works for the most part. You can just paint that blue. I just haven't done that because I normally like having both figures or both characters being shown. Kind of makes me very impressed by my work. And I'm really happy on the way that this one turned out. If you're wanting to know how I should also explain how I put the arms on to the thing. All it really was, it was just getting, how is that not dry? That's weird. It got smashed to the, it's not. It is dry. Never mind. Just more green stuff. It's just putting green stuff on the side of the arm, wherever you can kind of see where it's green right there. You put on the arm, then you put on this, and you loop the part that would normally go on around Batman's neck in through the arms. So then you kind of connect it like that. You don't have to like, put it into place much. It kind of just stays there with the green stuff. And then painting it, all it really is just painting it red, then having little yellow bits around on the end of the feathers. I could have done that maybe also a little bit better as well, but you know, it definitely works out quite well for this figure. I really like how this figure turned out, in my opinion, and it's not a very difficult one. I would say it does take a little bit of sculpting practice if you are wanting to have like a certain how much level of expertise this is. It's not that difficult to make, especially with like other characters needing advanced paint jobs for, here, I'll just go like do it like that. All right. Especially for certain characters needing like paint jobs, like for their face and stuff, and like forming faces, knowing how cartoonic and I don't know, looking Banjo and Kazooie are. They're not really a concise or small-ish figure in comparison. I guess I could put it right next to, let's do a more familiar figure. I don't really have quite that here. Here's the Golden Master Chief, whatever, right next to it. So it's still also well-sized and kind of close to what all the other figures are as well, using all those pieces and stuff. But yes, I am really happy on the way that this one turned out, and I hope that you guys find this video instructional enough in order to make a Banjo-Kazooie figure of your own if you are interested in. If you guys want to know what paints and stuff I've used to make it, there is this stuff right here called green stuff. You can get some on eBay or Amazon like this. Is the, I don't know how to, Kinedite blue yellow Eoputty tape as 36 inches. Green stuff is what it's called. And then the paints I use is, this is like the thing that came with it, the acrylic colors from one of the minifigures. That's the brand. The color pack that I got is like rainbow colors along with like brown, black, white, and gold, silver, kind of like the average colors in which you can just mix together and see what works. I really didn't need to do much mixing of colors in order to get the colors that they are. They kind of were right where they needed to be, so I'm really glad. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure to hit the like button down below and also subscribe for more content like this. If you do like, you can also comment down below if you want to see me do a video on a different kind of character making. I'd be very interested in kind of reviewing other characters that I've made because I'm quite proud of them. And apart from that, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see all of you in the next episode. Peace out and bye-bye.